All right, guys, before we start this one, I'm going to show you the reason why I used the thumbnail for this video I did. Proper YouTube etiquette is to make the thumbnail before you make the video. I'll admit this, I usually do it the other way around, but let's look at why we chose this particular thumbnail. So we look at the Philadelphia Athletics, who have a lot of hitters. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pitchers. Joe Coleman's going to get the start today because he's all the way rested. If Coleman can't pitch, it's going to be Dick Fowler or Lou Brissy. And that's it, right? You have Bubba Harris, Alex Kellner, Phil Marchildon, and Carl Scheib, who are all tired. How are you supposed to manage this bullpen? How did they do this in real life? I mean, this is insane. This is totally insane. Like, they don't have any pitchers at all. So I might need to do a little bit of research into this and sort of figure out what in the world's going on, but that's why we have what we have. It's the Athletics at the Yankees. Yankees have lost their last match, or last game. Too much Football Manager in my mind. 22-15 for the Yankees, 20-18 for the Athletics. There's a strike in there by Eddie Lopat to Eddie Juice. So Eddie against Eddie. That's Hyde, 1-1 on Juice. Another ball high, 2-1. There's ball 3 low, 3-1 the count. There's ball 4, and Lopat loses him, and that'll bring up Elmer Valo. Lopat is 5-0, 1.74 ERA, one of the success stories for the Yankees, and he promptly hits Valo with the pitch. So now there's runners on at first and second. So much for the success story. Here's Hank Majeski, and they're going to send their runners. Let's throw to third. And he is thrown out. Valo takes second. So now there's a runner on at second base with a 1 out. I don't know why with Hank Majeski up you're running like this. Majeski, 5 home runs, fouls 1 back. It's 0-2. And that's hit just foul. 0-2 it remains. That's fouled away again. Still 0-2. And that's into center field. Cliff Mapes has that for the out. 2 away. Here's Wally Moses. Change up outside. 1-0 on Moses. That's inside. It's 1-1. And that's inside again. 2-1 on Wally. That's fouled back. 2-2. And he just missed that one. And there's one popped up into center field. Mapes has it. We go to the bottom of the first. Hank Bauer here for the Yankees up against Joe Coleman. Coleman is 3-5 this season. 3.94 ERA. 2 strikes quickly on Hank Bauer. That's below the knees. 1-2. And he didn't swing on that one, so it's 2-2. That's flied out over to center field. Chapman's got that for the out, 1 away. Here's Gene Woodling, and he takes a ball, 1-0. And there's a strike, 1-1 on Gene, and that's a swing and a miss on that one. It's 1-2, and there's a ball low, 2-2 now on Gene, and there's a ground ball over to Eddie Juice. Dead short, throws to first. There's 2 away, and here is Cliff Mapes. Mapes, kind of the batting star of the Yankees so far this season. 2-0 is the count, hitting .327, 3-0 now, and he takes ball 4. And we've talked about this in the comments of a video. I guess it'd be several weeks now by the time you watch this. We've talked about, guys on hot streaks, guys on cold streaks. There's nothing in Diamond Mine baseball that puts guys on a hot streak or a cold streak really at all, right? It's just sort of randomization. But I tell you, Mapes is on a hot streak. Here's Tommy Henrik, and we're going to send Mapes, and there's a ground ball back to Coleman, who throws to first. We go to the top of the second. Sam Chapman up there for the Athletics, and he takes a ball inside, 1-0, and there's a strike. It's 1-1. Junkman throws a screwball high, 2-1, and that's popped up out of play, 2-2. And that's high. It's a full count now on Chapman. And that's low and away, so Lopat's walked 2. He's having some problems with his control here. The junk is there, and it looks like junk. There's a strike to Fain, the next hitter, and that's fouled straight back. Ferris Fain, 291 average, 1-2 the count on him now. That's high, 2-2. And he's popped up out of play, 2-2 still. And that's hit over to right. Hank Bauer's there for the out, 1 gone, and here's Pete Suter. Suter's hitting .223. Takes a ball and then hits one over into right field again. Bauer's got it 2 away, and here's Mike Guerrera. Mike, .259 the average, takes a ball, and it's hit over to left field. Woodling's got that for the out. We go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Yogi Berra. Pops one up, second base. Suter's got that, 1 gone. Here's Phil Rizzuto, takes a strike in there. Good pitch, and a swing and a miss on that one, 0-2. Looped over to center field, and Chapman breaks late on that one, but gets there in time, 2 away. And here's Bobby Brown, who fouls one back. It's 0-1. Ground ball up the middle. Suter's got that. He gloves it, but there's no throw. It gets stuck in his glove, and so Brown has that infield hit, kind of a fluke hit, first hit of the ball game. It's Snuffy Sternweis time. He doesn't have a hit yet this season. He takes a ball. He's walked a lot, and a strike. 1-1 on Snuffy. That's high. 2-1. And that's inside. It's a 3-1 count, and there's a strike. So full count now on Snuffy. And there's ball 4 above the letters, and so Sternweiss will go over to first, Brown on up to second. Sternweiss walking again. I don't know why he's walking so much in this replay, but he's walking like crazy. He's got to start at second for the Yankees. There's nobody else. So here's Eddie Lopat with 2 outs. He'll swing away, takes a strike, 0-1. That's fouled away. It's 0-2 on Eddie. Ground ball to short. Juice boots that one, picks it back up, flips over to Suter for the out anyway. Sternweiss not much of a runner. We go to the top of the third. Here's Joe Coleman, starting pitcher for the Athletics, about to say the Phillies. Fouls one away. It takes a strike, hitting .318 in 22 at-bats. Little ground ball over to first base. Henrik fields that and tags him out. 1 away. Eddie Juice takes a strike, 0-1. And there's one hit deep to left field. Woodling goes back on that, and he gets it for the out. There's 2 away, and here's Elmer Valo. And that's chopped up over to Rizzuto. The Scudo at the throw to first gets him, and we go to the bottom of the third. It'll be Hank Bauer. Bauer takes the ball up and in, 1-0, and that's inside. It's 2-0 on Hank. Fly ball, shallow center. Moses has that, 1 gone. Gene Woodling now, swing and a miss, 0-1. There's a ball inside, 1-1 on Gene. Sliders up high, 2-1, and that's tight. 3-1 the count on Woodling. And there's ball 4 low, and so Woodling takes his base, and that'll bring up Cliff Mapes. Mapes walked last time and takes the ball this time, 1-0. Throw to first, not in time. It's fouled away. It's 1-1 on Cliff. It's grounded wide to first. Suter ends up getting that one, throws over to Juiced, and they get the force out, but can't get enough in the double play. 2 away, and here's Tommy Henrik. Throw to first, nothing doing. Mapes not running on that one. There's a strike to Henrik, 0-1. Another throw to first, 0-1 the count. Still a throw to first. 9 home runs for Henrik, and he hits a ground ball over to Juiced. Oh, man, look at this. So Juiced flips over to second. It looks like that Mapes is in there safe, and no, he is called out at the end, but it looked from upstairs like Mapes was safe. A little bit of controversy here for you. We're going to go to the top of the 4th inning. Still no score in this one, and the Yankees probably have a good argument that Mapes was actually safe on that play. Here's Hank Majewski, top of the 4th inning, and he takes the screwball wide, 1-0, and there's a strike, 1-1. Lots of junk here by the junk ball man, Eddie Lopat, and 3-1's the count on Majewski. There's a ground ball up the middle. Sternweiss, good play, throws to first, 1 away. Wally Moses now takes the ball inside, another Scroogey, and then there's the strike, 1-1. That's in left field, and that's in the alley, and that's a double for Moses. And now the Athletics finally have their first hit. No score in this game yet, and here's Sam Chapman. Runner on at second base. Chapman takes a strike, another screwball, and there's a ball up and in, 1-1. It's pop foul. It's 1-2 on Chapman, and that's looping into left field. In between Woodling and Rizzuto, that's a base hit, and Moses will stop at third. And that brings up Ferris Fain now. Runners on at first and third. No, 1 out, my apologies. And we're going to bring this infield into the corner. And now here's a question. So this is smoked over to Sternweiss at second. Do we throw home or do we go for the double play? We are going to throw home. So, yeah, we'll see if we can get Moses. And, yeah, Moses is a dead duck there at home. And so now there's runners on at first and second. And this brings up Pete Suter. Suter now takes the ball high, 1-0. I guess the double play would have gotten us out of the inning. Ground ball to Sternweiss, throws to first, and it's a moot point anyway. It's all academic now, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. Yogi Berra here for the Yanks takes the slider low, 1-0. There's a fastball low, 2-0. That one misses again, 3-0, and Berra is taking all the way. There's a strike, 3-1. And that's on the corner, full count on Berra. And he swung and missed at that one, and he's the first out, 1 away. Here's Phil Rizzuto. So 1 strike for Coleman. Fly ball left field. Valo's got that, 2 gone. Here's Bobby Brown, who hits one over to left field, and Valo makes a diving catch on that, but no, it bounced first. He trapped it, they're saying. That'll bring up Sternweiss again, runner on at first base. Sternweiss with the ball to him. 7 walks so far this season. Throw to first. He only has 8 at-bats, 7 walks, so a lot of plate appearances, and there's a ball high to Sternweiss, 2-0. It's off the outside edge. It's 3-0. And he takes a strike, 3-1, and there's ball 4 low and outside. So he walks again. That's walk number 8 for the season. Where's Tom Tippett? I need to know what's going on with Sternweiss. Eddie Lopat fouls 1 away, 0-1. There's a throw back to second. Nothing happening anyway. That's a ball, 1-1 on Eddie. And 2-1 as that one misses. That's hit over to right field, and Wally Moses is there, and we go to the top of the 5th. New York Yankees stranded another 2. There's been a lot of walks in this game, but no scoring, no hitting. There's a strike to Mike Guerra, and then a ball, 1-1. There's a fastball again for a strike. It's 1-2 on Mike. And there's a swing and a miss, the one that bounces, and Berra grabs that one and tags him. So there's one away. Here's Joe Coleman, who takes the ball high. 1-0 on Joe. There's ball 2 low and away, 2-0. And that's foul back, 2-1 on Joe. Swing and a miss of that one. It's 2-2. There's a ground ball up the middle. Rizzuto, good play, throws to first for the out, 2 gone. Eddie Juiced now for the Athletics, and there's a ball low to Juiced, 1-0. Ground ball over to first. Henrik flips that one over to Lopat for the out. We go to the bottom of the 5th, no score. Hank Bauer now takes the ball. Another ball high, 2-0. That's popped up. Ferris Fain has that for the out, 1 away. Gene Woodling takes the pitch high again, 1-0. Ground ball third base side. Coleman, actually the pitcher, grabs that, throws to first in time, 2 away. Here's Cliff Mapes, who pops that one up to left. Vallo's got it for the out. We go to the top of the 6th. Here's Elmer Vallo, and he fouls that one into Bear's mid. It's 0-1. There's a screwball for a strike. It's 0-2. And there's a ball to Vallo, 1-2. It's fouled away. Still 1-2 on Elmer. And there's strike 3 called. And so Lopat gets his second strikeout. And here comes Hank Majeski, 1 away, top of the 6th. Little fly ball over to Bauer in right field. He's got that for the second out. And here's Wally Moses. Moses, 315 on the season, 1 for 2 today. 1-1 the count after that foul ball, and there's one hit over to right field for a base hit, and that'll bring up Sam Chapman. So runner on at first base. Sam Chapman up there, no score, close game. And boy, this is hit deep to left field. Woodling runs back, and he's got that for the out. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Tommy Henrik. 5 o'clock lightning, maybe. There's a ball to Henrik, and there's a slider low. It's 2-0. It's fouled at the plate. It's 2-1 on Tommy, and that's off the inside corner. It's 3-1. And there's a strike. Full count on Henrik. Ground ball to short. Juiced on the first, 1 gone. Yogi Berra. Next hitter hits one foul over to the right side. 0-1. It's belted down the right field line. Just foul for Berra. My goodness, that would have been number 7 of the season for him if it were fair. 0-2 pitch is a ground ball over to Juiced at short, and he throws to first. 2 gone. Here's Phil Rizzuto in a slump as of late. He's down to 269, was above 300 most of the first part of the season. 0-2 on the Scooter. There's a ball high. It's 1-2. It's fouled away. Still 1-2 on him. Fastball misses. It's 2-2. That's fouled away again. There's a called strike 3, and we go to the top of the 7th. Just like that. 0-0. Here is Ferris Fain. And he goes around on that first one, 0-1. There's a ball high, 1-1. It's fouled back. It's 1-2 on Fain. And that's high and outside, 2-2 the count. And that's fouled back. Remains 2-2 on Ferris Fain. Ground ball, Brown, third base, throws to first, 1 away. Here's Pete Suter. There's a strike on the hands, 0-1, and there's a line drive to Brown for the out, 2 away. Here's Mike Guerrero, who fouls one back and takes the ball low, 1-1. Line down the third base line, just foul, 1-2. And there's a little chopper back to Lopat. The pitcher throws to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the 7th, still no score. Bobby Brown takes the ball inside, 1-0. That's outside, 2-0 on Bobby. And that's inside on him again, 3-0. And there's a strike in there, 3-1. And there's ball 4. And so Brown will take the walk. Here comes Snuffy Sternweiss, who's walked twice today, 8 times this season. He looks at a pitch low, 1-0. Sternweiss has this sort of hypnotic power over the pitchers, 2-0 now on Snuffy. That's high. It's 3-0. And there's ball 4. So he walks for the 3rd time today. Was this guy like the automatic walk or what? Let's take a look here and see if we can figure out when the world's going on. So Sternweiss, in real life, you have to go to secondary. He had 190 plate appearances, and he walked, 29 times, which is not like an incredible rate. Here in Diamond Mine, he has 19 plate appearances, and he's walked 9 times. So can someone tell me what's going on? This doesn't make any sense. Why is this guy walking every time he comes up? Is this something to do with his lefty-righty splits? I mean, I don't know. I don't understand this. I suppose, maybe not really. I mean, he's walking mostly against right-handed pitchers, but he doesn't have some sort of like really unusual base on balls rate against righties. This is the strangest thing I've ever seen. Anyway, there's nobody out, and whoops, I wanted to hit bunt. I just hit and run. Well, there's a play at first anyway. That saves me. Lopat lays one down, first base line foul, 0-1. And that's foul down the third base line. It's 0-2. We'll try it one more time, and that's bunted foul, and Lopat strikes out, so there's 1 away. Here's Hank Bauer, runners on first and second. And that's a fastball high that misses, 1-0, and that's another one high. It's 2-0. That's a liner. Majeski picks that one off, and there's 2 away. Here's Gene Woodling. And that's chopped over to Suter. Second baseman throws to first, and that rally was snuffed out easily. I can't tell you how many times the Yankees have had 2 men on because of walks and haven't put them over. Top of the 8th inning, here's Joe Coleman, who takes a strike, 0-1. And there's a ball, 1-1. There's a swing and a miss. It's 1-2 on Coleman, and there's a ball, 2-2 the count. And there's one hit foul, 2-2 still on Joe. Pop up, Berra can't get there, 2-2 remains. And Lopat got him looking at the screwball, 1 away. Here's Eddie Juice, 93 pitches for Lopat, and there's a foul ball to the left side. That had the distance, but not the accuracy. 0-1 on Juice. He's got 10 home runs already. That's swung on and fouled away. It's 0-2, and it remains 0-2 on Eddie Juice. There's a ball, 1-2. That's hit well to deep center field. Mapes goes back on that one, over his shoulder, makes the catch. 2 gone. Here's Elmer Vallo. Hit deep to right field, and that is gone, and there she blows. And that makes this a 1-0 game. Elmer Vallo, finally somebody breaks free, and he hits this ball, which I assumed was some sort of hanging breaking pitch from Lopat, the way he's been pitching all day. And that baby is gone to right field, and finally we've had some action. It's a 1-0 game now, the Athletics with the lead. Here comes Hank Majeski. And Majeski takes the ball high, 1-0 the count. There's a strike. It's 1-1 here on Hank. And there's a swing, and that's fouled away, 1-2, and that's low. 2-2 on Majeski. And that's up to center field. Mapes has that for the out. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It'll be Cliff Mapes leading this off. He takes a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Fly ball center field. Chapman's got that. 1 away. Here's Tommy Henrich. Takes the ball, 1-0. And that's high, 2-0 on Henrich, and that's upstairs, ball 3, and there's a ground ball right side. Suter throws to first, 2 gone. Yogi Berra now takes the ball high and outside, 1-0, and that's hit foul, 1-1 on Berra. And that's foul back again, it's 1-2. That's high, 2-2 now on Yogi. There's a little Texas leaguer over to short center. Chapman rushing in on that one, rushing, and can't get there on time. That's a single for Berra. Here's Phil Rizzuto. Now these Yankees get a guy on. They could drive him home. They could drive a couple home. There's a ball to Rizzuto. There's a shot past the pitcher, and Berra is going to play this safe. This kind of ball game, 2 men out. Here's Bobby Brown. Brown has walked once and is 2 for 2 today. He takes a ball, and that's fouled away. 1-1 on Bobby. Has popped up left side, and that's in there for a base hit. That's going to score Berra, and that makes this a 1-1 ball game. So Bobby Brown, probably the guy you would least suspect in the Yankees lineup, has a base hit, and he has driven in the tying run here in the bottom of the 8th. And so it's a bunch of singles and a bunch of kind of nothing, and we have runners on first and third now with 2 outs, and here's Sternweis again. 3 walks today. Takes a strike. Finally, he sees a strike and fouls one back. It's 0-2 on Snuffy. And that one just misses. It's 1-2 now on Sternweis, and that's low and away, 2-2. Swing and a miss, and there's the strikeout. That's number 3 on Sternweis. We go to the top of the 9th. Wally Moses will lead this off for the Athletics. This is anyone's ball game, 1-1 game. 9 hits total. There's a strike to Moses, and there's a screwball inside, 1-1. That's on the inside corner. It's 1-2, and that's outside, 2-2 on Moses. Hit deep to center. Mapes rushes back after that one. Has it for the out. 1 away. Here's Sam Chapman, and that's a ball off the plate. 1-0. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1 on Sam. There's a screwball in there for a strike. It's 1-2, and that's fouled away. 1-2 still on Chapman. Ground ball in the hole. Rizzuto throws to first. 2 gone. Here's Ferris Fain. And there's a strike to Fain. 0-1. Fans getting excited. That's popped up middle of the diamond, and Sternweis has that one for the out. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It's going to be Eddie Lopat here against Joe Coleman. Lopat takes a strike. Coleman's got to stay in. There's no bullpen. Ground ball to Suter. Throws to first. 1 away. Here's Hank Bauer. And that's a ball to Bauer. 1-0. And that's a ground ball over to Juice. Throws over to first. 2 gone. Here's Gene Woodling. Fouled off of the catcher's equipment. 0-1. There's a ball to Woodling. 1-1. That's high and inside. It's 2-1 the count. Ground ball, third base. Majeski lets that one roll, just foul. 2-2 on Woodling. And there's a swing and a miss on that one. We go to the top of the 10th. You got to imagine the Yankees have the advantage here because the Yankees actually have a bullpen. The Athletics have nothing. There's a strike to Pete Suter, 0-1. That's hit over to center, and Mapes has it for the out, 1 away. Mike Guerra now takes a ball low, 1-0. Fly ball left field. Woodling has that. There's 2 gone quickly, and here's Joe Coleman has to hit for himself. Ground ball over to Rizzuto, throws to first. We go to the bottom of the 10th. It will be Cliff Mapes here for the Yankees. Let's see if he can be the afternoon hero. It's fouled away, 0-1. There's a ball on Mapes, 1-1. That's hit deep to right field, just foul. Man, 1-2 on Mapes. I like Mapes. There's a foul ball from Cliff, 1-2 remains, and that's tight, 2-2 on Cliff. Fouled away, remains 2-2. That's on the inside corner for strike 3. So Coleman, 6 walks and 6 strikeouts. He's had a busy day. Tommy Henrich fouls one away, 0-1. And there's a fastball up and in, 1-1 on Tommy. And that one misses, 2-1. That's high, 3-1. And he's going to take this pitch, and that's ball 4. And here comes Yogi Berra. So runner on at first base. Berra's 1 for 4 today, scored that 1 run the Yankees have. And he fouls one off the foot, 0-1 on Yogi. And that's a wild, wild, wild pitch. And that's the problem when you have no bullpen. That is the problem that we're dealing with. And this is going to require, I think, some more research on my part to figure out what in the world's going on and how the Athletics did this. So it's a wild pitch. And so Berra now has a runner in scoring position, and it's a poor pitch from Joe Coleman, who really should be taken out. Bottom of the 10th, he's thrown almost 150 pitches. That's fouled away. It's 1-2 on Yogi. That misses outside, 2-2. That's in the dirt. Full count on Berra, and that's fouled away, and the tension increases. And that's hit over to right field. Moses has that one for the out. Henrich tags and moves over to third. But there are 2 outs, and that brings up Phil Rizzuto. So that's the problem that you have. If there were 1 out, then maybe something interesting would happen. But with 2 men out, I'm not so sure that we're going to see much. And so here comes the Scooter, runner on at third base, 2 outs, bottom of the 10th. That's fouled away, 0-1. And that's just fouled away. It's 0-2 on Phil. And that's low and away, 1-2 the count. And that's ripped to right center field, and Moses just gets there. Man, oh man. Oh, man, we go to the top of the 11th. Now there's a problem for the Athletics. The problem is that how long is Coleman going to be able to pitch effectively, right? Because, we're going to the 11th inning. We'll let Lopez stay in there. He's pitching pretty well. He hasn't had that high of a pitch count, but Coleman's got to be up around 150. 2-1 the count on Eddie Juiced, who fouls one off. It's 2-2. That's why I say this problem, because Coleman's not going to come up this inning unless something crazy happens. Full count on Juiced, and that's wide, and Juiced takes the walk. So he goes down to first. Here's Elmer Vallo. He has that home run. It's lined to left field, and Woodling has the catch and throws over to first and easily doubles off Juiced, who was running on the hit and run. So there's 2 away. Here's Hank Majeski. 1 pitch, 2 outs, and Majeski hits one over to right field. Bauer's got it for the out. We go to the bottom of the 11th inning. Bobby Brown will lead this one off. 3 for 3 today with a walk. Takes the strike, and there's a ball high, 1-1 on Brown, and that's outside. It's 2-1. Lifted up in the air, fouled away, 2-2 on Brown, and that's a pop-up out of play. 2-2 remains. That's popped up as well, still 2-2. Another pop-up. Fain has that one, first baseman for the out, 1 away. Here's Snuffy Sternveiss, who's walked 3 times and struck out. 0-1 on Sternveiss, and he fouls that one away. It's 0-2, and he swings and misses on that one and strikes out. So he was the walk machine. Now he's turning into the strikeout machine. And here comes Eddie Lopad, the pitcher, and we're going to take Lopad out. There's no reason for us to hit him, and we're going to put in the guy with the hot hand, who is a Krychowski, hitting 400, and there's a strike to Krychowski, 0-1, and there's a base hit to the left side, and that'll bring up Bauer. I'm telling you guys, you got to manage like a real-life manager would. Don't look at this and say, oh, he'll get his due, he'll come around. Just play it the way you would play a normal game. Hank Bauer takes the ball, runner on at first. There's a throwback to first, nothing happening. 1-0, fouled away. It's 1-1 in Bauer, and that's hit to the stands, 1-2. That's ball 2, 2-2. Throw to first, nothing happening. And there's called strike 3. Coleman has struck out 8. How much longer can he pitch is the question. Spec Shea will come in here for New York, and we have to use Shea in this situation. Page pitched yesterday. We're going to try not to use him. Wally Moses comes up, 2 for 4 today, one of the few Athletics to get hits. There's a ball and another ball high. 2-0 on Moses, top of the 12th. That's inside. It's 3-0. And and there's ball 4, and Shea misses the strike zone completely. Here's Sam Chapman, bunts that one out front. Shea goes to first with it, only play he has, and so Moses moves up to second. That will bring up Ferris Fain. So top of the 12th inning, still a 1-1 tie. This is a very important game, by the way, for both these teams. I'm not sure if I made that clear enough from the start. The Yankees are a game out of first place at the moment. And the Athletics are, about 4 games out? So if the Athletics want to get really back into this, they need this win. Ferris Fain takes a strike in the outside corner. It's 0-1. This is what you want to see, teams competing for the pennant in a close game together. 0-2, and that's strike 3 as Fain swung at that pitch that was high. There's 2 away. Here's Pete Suter. Runner on second still, and there's a strike into Suter, and there's 1 high and away. It's 1-1 on Pete. Inside fastball is taken for a ball. It's 2-1, and there's a grounder to the left side that's through for a base hit. Here comes Moses around third, and Suter's going to try for second. I don't care about that, and the throw's off the mark, and it's a 2-1 lead for the Athletics, and that's a shame. So that's going to do it here. As far as the tie ball game is concerned. And you've got to wonder if it was really worth it to bring Lopat out when we did, but I don't think we had much of a choice. The Yankees almost scored on that one, and then you turn around after that missed opportunity, and what happens here is that you give up the tying or the go-ahead run, and Spec Shea has just not been pitching well. He hasn't been pitching well all season. Here now is Mike Guerra, and that's a strike into Guerra, 0-1. That's high. It's 1-1. There's another strike into the knees, 1-2, and that's hit deep to left, and Gene Woodling goes back and gets that one for the out, and we all breathe a sigh of relief. Bottom of the 12th inning, and here is Gene Woodling, 2-1 Athletics with the lead. There's a strike to Gene, and there's a ball low, 1-1. That's a strike at the belt, 1-2, and there's strike 3 called knee high, 1 away. Cliff Mapes, strikeout number 9 for Coleman, who's pushing on 175. There's a strike and then a foul ball, 0-2 on Mapes. And that's on the outside corner, 10 for Coleman. He's bringing it home. 2 away. Here's Tommy Henrich, bottom of the 12th. Nobody in the bullpen for the Athletics. There's a ball inside to Henrich and a fastball for a strike. It's 1-1. Hit over to deep left field. Vallo goes back, and he gets that one for the out, and that does it. And the Athletics have won this one. 12-inning complete game by Joe Coleman, who strikes out 10 in the process. He overcomes 7 walks, gives up only 1 run and 6 hits to the New York Yankees. And the Athletics have won this one and are making a big case for themselves to be back into contention in this American League race. I hope you understood. I hope you enjoyed that one. This has been a real crazy game. This is probably, I know it wasn't a marathon, but this is one of the craziest games I've ever played in my life. Man, oh man, what a replay this one is. Stick with us for more because it only gets better from here. Talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.